Move over, little guy. I got the big one. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning back into Chickanic. Hope everybody's having a great week. Today, we're talking about my new tool. It's not really that new. I've had it for a couple months, and as always, they didn't give it to me. I'm not sponsored. I just bought it, used it, liked it, so I'm gonna tell you about it. All right, guys, I have to admit, bigger is better, all right? Especially when you're talking about ultrasonic cleaners. For years, y'all have seen, I've had my little old trusty DK ultrasonic cleaner here, and this thing, I thought, it worked just fine. If the carburetor didn't work afterwards, it had to have been a, carburetor issue. It definitely wasn't this thing not doing its very best. Well, I was wrong, and I've been wrong many times, and I'm, all about admitting when I am, because, guys, oh yeah, she cleans. She cleans good. I am so impressed. She actually is like over 4 times more powerful than the DK. Now, she ain't cheap, but they do have a limited time deal for 10% off right now. If you want to check her out, check out all the specs and the price, I will leave a link in the description box below. But if you want something that is going to clean, there are Nike carburetors that we have had so many issues with over the years. They're the ones that I told you that I would buy 5 at a time aftermarket because they were like $120 and a customer didn't want to spend that. But I'd get like $20, $30 aftermarket ones, but I stopped doing it because in 2020 something happened and they all stopped working, all the aftermarket ones. But the reason we would replace those carburetors all the time is because they'd have we called it the death surge. We didn't know why. We would poke and prod and clean and ultrasonic clean and poke and prod and over again, and it would not clean out. Since I have the new bad boy Vevor, I don't know how you say it, they've all cleaned up. Every single one of them. We throw it in there, put all the pieces back in, you're good to go. It's insane. I didn't really think there would be that much of a difference. When it comes to specs, this one has 100 watt heating power. This one has 400 watt heating power. Okay. This one has 60 watt ultrasonic power. This one has 360 watt ultrasonic cleaning power. So this is nice, guys. I'm very happy with it. It has cleaned up everything we've put in it. And a lot of people have asked, what do I use in my ultrasonic cleaner when I'm using it? A lot of times you can use straight water. If you have something that is extra oily, I do use the heavy duty degreaser from Sam's. I mean, there's other brands I'm sure you can get, that work just as fine too. Just a little bit. It doesn't need much. And then also Dawn dish soap. And if you have something special that you use that you think, works best, let me know in the comment section because I'm down to try it. But so far that heavy duty degreaser has really worked well. But I'm digging it, guys. I will definitely leave a link in the description box below if you want to get one. This is great. And, I promoted this little guy forever because he was cute, he worked. But there's a big difference in how well this one cleans. This one also doesn't have a drain on it. So anytime I wanted to get rid of all the nasty water in it and I'd have it back here, I'd have to carry it all the way outside, dump it, rinse it out, yada, yada, yada. This bad boy here, which I think it's like 4 gallons. I think it holds like 4 gallons of fluid. It's got a little spigot on the end. So I keep the gallon jugs out here if I wanted to empty it or do whatever, to move it over here from the bench that I normally kept it on. I just drain it out. It's super simple. I love it. Does not leak. I'm super happy with it. It's pretty self-explanatory if you've ever used an ultrasonic cleaner, just like all the other ones. Now this one is in Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. And there is a difference. You do want to know exactly what you're doing because if there's any kind of rubber or plastic parts inside the carburetor that you cannot remove, a lot of times you can't, boost that heat up like you want to. So guys, I would definitely recommend the Vevor ultrasonic cleaner. Like I said, they don't have any idea who I am. I am not sponsored by them. I've just owned it for about 2 months and I love it. Love it. Love it. But guess what, guys? I do want to remind you Father's Day is coming up. So the ladies that are watching especially, I have made a list at my Amazon store, but I'm also going to leave it in the description box below. If you want a very inexpensive but super cool gift for your father, I got you. I got the ideas right below. So go check them out. And before I head out, I want to show you something. You ain't gonna believe this. Now, there are only a few movies that have really shaped me into the person that I am today. You know, a little bit of anxiety, a little PTSD. Movies like, Poltergeist made me afraid of clowns. The movie House, I ain't leaving a closet door cracked. And with the new Final Destination movie coming out, it reminds me of the first one that really scarred me for life. Now, every time I'm behind a logging truck, at least once every 6 months, I feel like I might die. Now, thankfully, that's just the movies. It ain't real. But what I do have is something that is scarier. Chipper shredders. Because we've all seen Fargo, right? Now, I did want to share this with you. We've already fixed this chipper shredder that come in. A lady brought it in. She said it wasn't running right. She accidentally put some mixed fuel in it. Now, she has had this thing since it was brand new, and it is from 1990. I have my chipper shredder here, and it is from 2009. Now, both of these chipper shredders, even though they look slightly different, are pretty much the same model, just 20 years in difference. Now, this one normally has a battery with it, which we are going to put back on, but I gotta show you something. The difference in these two is astounding. I'm going to show you the weight difference of these two chipper shredders 20 years apart. This one completely made in America. This one, after it is bought by MTD, so who knows, China? I'm not sure. But this is complete American steel here compared to 20 years later. Let me show you what it weighs. We are at 100 and we're just gonna call it 159 pounds. All right, now for the OG Troy-Bilt. This thing is from 1990. I want you to put in the comment section below, how much do you think it's gonna weigh? I mean, essentially, these are the same exact models, just 20 years apart. They both only cut up to 3-inch trees. 265 pounds. That's the difference in steel between 1990 to 2009. Now, the OG one is electric start. So the starter weighs probably about 5 to 7 pounds. It does have a solenoid on it. It's got an ignition switch. I did have the battery removed, so that doesn't make any difference. But still, you're looking at 90 pounds of steel difference between the 1990 OG model and the 2009 MTD model. And guys, before I head out, I have to give a huge thank you to each and every single one of you. We are fixing to be 600,000 strong, which is so crazy to me. We're about 350, 60 videos into this. I cannot thank y'all enough for all the support you have given this channel. In fact, 3 years ago to almost this very week, we hit 100,000 subscribers. On my birthday, June 7th, I got my 100,000 plaque. But you know what's crazy? If you've been watching my videos, you know that thing has sat there in the same spot, whether it was in here or in my garage where I used to make videos, for 3 years now. I have not moved it from my toolbox. Nothing ever happens. It sits right there. I'm a little disappointed because all the letters are coming off. They're just wiping right off. I don't even want to touch it because I wiped most of them off. It hasn't been hit with carburetor cleaner, or I don't know if it's the humidity, but that makes me sort of sad. So another thing that I'm super sad about is when I hit 100,000, I did a huge giveaway, gave away a bunch of stuff, had a bunch of winners, sent everybody stuff. Thomas, you were one of them, still watching the show. Thank you so much. But you're never going to believe this. So that was 3 years ago. And I had a bunch of t-shirt winners that I mailed all over the world. Super excited. You know, I'm a young channel. Everything was going good. But last week, this is in my mailbox. So this traveled around the world for 3 years, or sat somewhere for 3 years. This is Chickanic, my old shop address here. I've got his address. He was one of my winners. He won a t-shirt. This has been open. It's been inspected by Customs and Excise Division of Trinidad. I sent this to Trinidad. So Jaden, don't think I didn't think about you. 3 years ago, guy, I sent you this shirt and I just got it back. So that's our post office for you. Okay? I'm sorry. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for the 600,000. Every time I do a giveaway, a bunch of scammers come out and scam a bunch of my viewers, and I hate that. So I don't know what I want to do, but I do want to thank y'all. Huge thanks to everybody that stuck around. Big thanks to my channel members, and especially all y'all that support me by going to my Amazon store and buying stuff from my links below. Because of you, I don't have to get sponsors. I can just buy stuff, and if I like it, I tell you about it, which is awesome to me. So guys, thanks again for tuning into Chickanic. If you find yourself coming back over and over again, think about hitting that subscribe button. And if you ain't tired of me yet, check this video out right here.